Hello out there in cryptocurrency land. Welcome back to Real Crypto, where all we talk about is real crypto action, news, events, and sometimes you get life lessons if you're in the live chat. Uh, if I saw you in the live chat, you got that joke. The rest of you, you're not going to get that joke. Anyway, so what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the cryptocurrency market? So really not a whole lot for the big ones. Bitcoin, Ethereum, really didn't do anything today. Kind of floated downward slightly, which was interesting. XRP made a little bit of a move. Nothing to write home about, but a little bit of a move today. We're looking at the daily chart here. So the Ripple's starting to edge out. Really no volume, but not bad movement. Litecoin just really going sideways. And this is actually really constructive in Litecoin. I actually hadn't looked at this before. I'm seeing this here for the first time. Let's go back to the daily. Anytime you see closes kind of around the same area, that usually indicates that there's some kind of support here, and they're just buying it up underneath like this 52 level or something like that. So I don't know how this plays out in cryptos yet, but in the stock market, a little pattern like this tends to play out very well. Tends to play out pretty well, usually to the upside. So Litecoin, IOTA really chopping, doing nothing. Not too many coins doing a whole lot. We have NEO though, which, as we talked in the video last night, NEO is kind of leading the market at this moment in time. In a trendless market, especially like with cryptocurrencies. So let's talk about what a leader is. A leader is a stock or a coin that actually literally will lead the market in a direction, okay? And you want to look for these leaders because when they show up, they can really give you an insight into how the overall market, how healthy it is, if it's in a good spot, if it's in a bad spot. You know, if this thing goes flat, the market may go flat the next day or the next 4 hours in the case of cryptocurrencies. So you really want to pay attention for these leaders. And NEO appears to be leading us at this moment in time because we're trendless with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we've been trendless for 3 or 4 days, something like that. And, you know, it's really been a nothing market. But yesterday, NEO made this really big move. A lot of the altcoins followed suit. So NEO's our leader for the time being. All right, so NEO's looking really good. We're testing the highs of this kind of a cup pattern. Looks like we're going to put in some kind of a handle, or if we already have, maybe we inch out of it overnight here. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how that works out. But NEO's looking pretty good. If we can break out here and the market stays, if the market doesn't sell off and stays kind of in a good mood, then we definitely have a rise up here possible to these lower resistance levels up here. Well, they're now resistance levels. So that's about a 22% increase from here. That's really quite excellent for something like NEO. So that's good for NEO. Keep an eye out for that. Another one we talk about is Pay. I have Internet of People up here for a different reason. Not that I'm thinking of trading it. Don't trade Internet of People right now. But as we know, Pay, oh my goodness, Pay. Pay is a chart pattern that should have slapped you in the face. And I've mentioned it on Twitter several times. I'll mention it in my videos several times. Actually, last night I failed to go through Pay, so that's my fault. But I did say I was going to go through Pay and Omisa Go, and I never did Pay. So I apologize for that. But now we're going to go through Pay. So Pay had the massive volume here from the Visa partner announcement, okay? From the Visa partner announcement. And since then, we had a nice symmetrical pullback. And then we broke out on pretty good volume. I mean, it's a little hard to see here. But there you go. So some pretty good volume here. And then more excellent volume even breaking out of this level. So this is overall very good action. We do have a little bit of selling volume on the pullback up here. But if you notice it, the price doesn't seem to care. It basically just pulled right back up in towards the highs. And we're sitting right towards the very top of this day right here, this candle right here. And so hopefully we're gonna flag out here, consolidate of some fashion, and then continue upward. Pay looks like a very bright future in the intermediate term. If the market doesn't sell off, I think Pay is going to do quite well. NEO as well. So an honorable mention today in the live stream, we talked about First. I think it's called First Blood. I think it's called. But 1ST is its symbol. It actually has an inverse head and shoulders pattern popping up here that I kind of like. I kind of like this. What's going on here? It's getting all wonky on me. This is kind of a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern. It's not a textbook head and shoulders pattern, but it is a head and shoulders pattern nonetheless. And you have a neckline here, and with an inverse head and shoulders, as we've been learning with a lot of other altcoins, you can actually infer a target from it. And for that target, let's go ahead and draw it here. We can draw it from there to the neckline. And we can move this line over to where it potentially could break out from. And that gives us a potential target. So this potential target puts us at 40% price appreciation on First Blood on a on a bottoming reversal movement where the volume is getting very nice. Look at how nice this volume is since this head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders pattern started to form. Extremely large volume over here. You're getting large volume on these upswings and less volume on the downswing. So that's very constructive behavior. We're flattening out over here, and maybe we get some nice flattening volume action before we actually break out. But First Blood looking pretty good for a trade. Long-term fundamental-wise, I'm not too familiar with it, but for a trade, this one could be pretty good until we see some more action in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So until these guys start to move, I think NEO's going to lead us higher or lower, and we'll just kind of have to see where we go from there. So if you're looking to get into Bitcoin or Ethereum, and who isn't, you need to wait for confirmation. You don't buy early. You wait for confirmation of the breakout of these levels. We've been talking about this in the live stream and in the videos, so I'm not going to harp on it here, but you have to be patient with your position. So there you go, guys. Overall choppy market, not a whole lot going on, but we do have some really good movements. NEO, Pay, potentially First Blood. There's a couple others. Actually, there is one more that I didn't talk about. Let's talk about Qtum. Qtum has an interesting pattern here. Qtum has a pretty interesting large cup pattern happening here. It's handling out, sitting at this declining trend line. So Qtum could be due a pretty nice pop. So this would be your other honorable mention as well. So there you go. First, Qtum, some trades potentially setting up. Wait for the breakout. Wait for volume to pop through before you buy them. And that goes for any coin you go to buy. Look for a setup and look for a volume pop and be patient. Alright guys, if you like the videos, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If you like the video, go ahead and click the like and like the video. YouTube really likes that. And go ahead and leave a comment if you have any questions or just want to say hi, and I will probably say hi back. Alright guys, I will see you tomorrow in the live stream. Have a good night.